Welcome to Inside Haiku Apps.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I know. I said we were going to take a little break. So what am I doing back before the 1st of January 2024? Well, in the new year, in 2024, we are going to focus on native haiku apps. Right? There are a lot of ports out there that are available, and some of them you will want to install, but we're going to start by looking at native apps. When we get to that point, I'll tell you why. However, there are two tiny little exceptions. So this and the next video are sort of Christmas bonuses. Right? Now, what is the most important thing on a modern computer? The one app that you can't live without? The browser. And so there are quite a lot of browsers available for Haiku, and unfortunately, for the best experience, you have to install them all. So let's go to Haiku Depot. All right, and while that's loading, of course, Haiku has its own browser. It's called Web Positive. Little bit of history. BOS had its own browser, which was called Net Positive. And so when they recreated BOS in Haiku, they called the system standard browser Web Positive. And we will do a complete video on it. It's still in active development. It's based on WebKit. So are a lot of the other browsers that are available. But each one brings... come on. I haven't got all day here. Each one brings something slightly different to the table. There we go. And so, before we get to the KDE and the GTK browsers, I want to show you two small little things. They're not native, but they're very small and they load very quickly. So I think we can justify giving them honorary native status. Yeah, well, that's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Okay, let's have a look at it. Search for browser. And the first one we're going to install now is Dillo Plus. Dillo is something that has been around for many years. This is a improved version. And we install it. Let's see what dependencies it will try to get for us. Net is a bit slow today. Give me a chance to drink coffee. There we go. And that's it. xlib and FLTK. And that's all it wants. So that's not a lot of dependencies. Once you start putting in KDE and GTK browsers, there's a long list of libraries that it wants to install first. And here we go. And it's done. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Let's just close this down. And where is Dillo? There it is. There we go. Let's have a look at the Haiku homepage. And as you can see, it's a bit slow. And it doesn't get all the graphics just right, because this is quite an old browser. Even so, if you have websites that are not heavy on the CSS, that are straight HTML, then this can be quite useful. Okay, now let's install something from the terminal for a change. I don't think we've really done that yet. All right. Package Man, PKG Man. I find PKG Man very difficult to pronounce, so I will always call it just Package Man. Right. And if you just give it by itself without any parameters. All right, so let's install the other one, which is called NetSurf. So let's have a look. And there we go. Here, NetSurf, a lightweight multi-platform web browser. Install NetSurf. So this is the same as doing it from Haiku Depot. And it goes through the validating checksums. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem with the terminal method. It goes through this whole rigmarole of checking all the checksums of all the repositories you've got. And this is quite a bit more than Dillo. Yeah, let's continue. And there we go. It's installing all those dependencies. Now, if you're really OCD about it, you can now make a note of everything that is installed. Because to the best of my knowledge, if you say Package Man uninstall NetSurf, then it's only going to remove NetSurf, not all of those dependencies. See, on Debian there's a little program called DebOrphan, which will sniff out any lost dependencies, stuff that was installed and never uninstalled. I don't think we have anything like that. It's done. Okay. So you could end up, if you install and uninstall a lot of programs, you could end up with lots of libraries that need to be updated and that are not really used for anything. So if anybody needs an idea of something to create for Haiku, there you have it, a library cleaner. Let's have a look. NetSurf, and we come to a welcome page. And there we go. Let's try something else. Let's try see if we can Google on this. And we don't want to get 100 websites about Japanese poetry, so these are two tiny little browsers that don't take up a lot of space, that you just leave them there until you need them. Now the number of sites that don't work with Web Positive is decreasing all the time, but sometimes you just want to try something else. And so we just did them together in this one video, and that is a first for this channel. But sometime in the new year, I suppose we will have to look at the more sophisticated alternatives to Web Positive as well. So try to stick with native Haiku apps. They're going to work better with the system. They're going to use all the Haiku little specific items, but there is something to be said for just having these very simple little browsers just as a backup. Okay, so that's it. And this really should be the last video for this year. I will see you in January again.